What's up guys, we're gonna BroBeatzTV. I'm gonna be showing you guys how to make your FL Studio browser look something like this. So if you want it to kind of look colorful like this and everything, I'm gonna be showing you how to do that. So let's go ahead and hop into it. Now we're gonna go ahead and set up our project. So we're gonna use Photopea, which is a clone of Photoshop. I'll leave a link in the description, but this is a free website you can use to kind of make your images. Just a free alternative from Photoshop. If you want your images to look like this, I'm gonna give you my exact dimensions for this. Keep in mind, your dimensions do matter. So if we start a new project, if you have a dimension like this, you see like these photos here, it's going to show up like that in FL Studio. So keep that in mind. So if you have a really large, like something like this, something that's really large like this, it's literally going to show up like that in FL Studio. So it'll take up that same amount of space on your screen. So keep that in mind. So you want to go for a lot smaller resolution. For this video, we'll do 468 by 74, just so it's a lot more clear. I don't want it to be blurry for the video, but the actual resolution you want to use for this exact template here is, you want to use 234 by, I believe, 37, and that's half of what we just had. This is the resolution you want to use. I want to make that very clear. Okay, in order for it to look, and I'm repeating myself, I know, but I'm going to get the point across. If you want it to look exactly like this, okay? Now, if you want more boxy or square stuff, you can increase the height, you know, to whatever number you want. But for this video, like I said, I want to use a double resolution. So I want to use this just so it's a lot clearer for the video's sake. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to actually creating our art. Now we're gonna go ahead and edit our photo so we can have our art. So if you want a high resolution from this point, which you don't need, because when you zoom out and you have it in FL, you won't really see the picture that much. You'll just kind of see like the blurred version. But if you do want something a little bit more high resolution, a quick way you could do this is you can go to image up here, and this is in Photoshop as well, image size. And then what you want to do is put this, so it'll probably be on pixels. You want to put this on %, and this is so you don't have to do much. And you could do 200%, 300%, doesn't matter. We'll just do 200%. Okay, and you can see it already kind of locks in, and then you'll see it'll get a lot bigger so that our picture will be a lot more clear. So all we need to do from here is add in a PNG. Now you don't want a JPEG, so a JPEG would be like, let me just grab a picture. This would be an example of a JPEG. So it's just a flat image with a background. You don't really want this because it doesn't look as cool. You're gonna want a picture like this, right? So you see we have the background. But when you're adding these pictures, keep in mind, and a lot of you will use like your own kits and stuff, so you don't gotta worry about this. If we try to like make this look good, you'll see that when we add his head in there, it's like very small compared to like the rest of this. So you want to keep that in mind when adding these pictures. So I will probably use something like a lot wider, like pose or something like that. I don't know if I have like, let me see if I have like a nice, I don't know, we'll try this one, right? And this has a higher resolution, so you can use like a Mario or something, I don't know, right? You see you're still having this issue, but this is better, right? You want it at least 1/3 of the way. So if you were to cut this into thirds, right, you want it at least somewhere like that, right? And then you can edit the photo, whatever you want to do from here. So as you can see, now we have this white background. Now, if you like that, you can. I'll show you how to edit that later. But if you want to remove that, you see this lock here. Basically, you want to click that and then turn off the background. So you can see we have that transparent little background now, which with like the checkers. All right. So from here, all we're going to do is just add our text. So now you just add the text. We're going to click T. And then you can put whatever you want here. So you can put like drum kit. So the font that I'm using in this default program is this up here, 𝗗𝗢𝗣𝗘&𝗗𝗦. That is the font. Okay, 𝗗𝗢𝗣𝗗&𝗗𝗡. And then if you want a high resolution text, don't stretch it, change the size. So you can see we change the size like this, and then you can kind of move it how you want. And this is how I set mine up. You don't need to do this. But this is just how I set mine up. And if you want to like match the colors, you can go up here, and then you can, I think you can color pick. So if you want to color pick the Mario color, you can, but I will make it a little bit brighter so it looks cooler in FL. Oops, make sure it's highlighted. And maybe we could do something like this. Boom. Right, and there's a ton of other things you can add, but for now, this is fine. So now we have our little art. It's that simple. You're done from here. So now what we're gonna do is export it. So to export it, you go to File, and you would just export as PNG. Okay, it's that simple. Export as PNG. I guess we could do it here. So it'll look like that, and you just export it as is. Right, put it on your desktop wherever you want. You can name it, and then yeah, once you have this file, put it in a folder. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna go through and show you how to pretty much organize your kit with these images, and I'm gonna show you like the code and everything you need. Now this is where we create the folders. So this can get a little complex depending on how you want to do it. So what I found works best is basically we're gonna create our little kit here. So within your kit folder, so let's say you have a drive where you host all your kits. So however you organize it, just put your kit inside of here. So we can like do like name, so like your producer name, and you could do like, I don't know, we can name the kit, let me move this out the way, like perfect, and then drum kit, right? And let's just do like 2, maybe you made 2 versions, right? Whatever. Okay, so that is your kit. Now what you're gonna do is copy it. So we'll just do it up here, copy and paste. So now we made 2 copies. Now the last folder we're gonna make is a folder called images. This will be hidden. Okay, now there's a lot of this. It's going to get a little complex if you've never done stuff like this before, but I'll just keep it very simple. So all you're going to do is put this picture in images, and then you're going to put both of these within your original. So now it just looks like you have just a kit here, right? So when you click inside, it'll look something like this. Okay, this is exactly how you need it. I am going to stop it here because I'm telling you right now, it's going to get a little complex. So we'll stop it here. Make sure you just have this. So you have your kit here, and then this should have the same name. I'll just delete that. So it should look like that. All right. And then you have your images folder. So let's move on to the next step. Now I'll be showing you how to hide your folders. That way, when you go in FL, it looks a lot cleaner. As you can see down here, it says melody. That's because it recognizes the folder. Now, luckily in FL, you can actually just add the singular kit so that you don't have to worry about this. But other than that, you'll need to still hide your images folder if you want to add inner images. So if you want to add like the images for like the drum kit, sound effects, you'll need to know how to do this. So what we're going to do is just go in here real quick, and we'll just rename this. This will be like our kit file. So we'll just name it Mario. Oops, let's do all caps. So you can name this like kit art, whatever you want to name it. But I'm just gonna name this. This is important for later. So let's go back to inside of our little perfect drum kit. We're gonna click on this, and then you're gonna go up to the home, share, and then view. You wanna go to view, okay? Now you may not have this on already, but if you do, fine. If not, but you're gonna need to go up here and go to hidden items and make sure this is checked. Now, if this isn't checked, then you're going to see a lot of new files on your computer, but you want to make sure you check this. And mine is bugging out. So yeah, you want all of this checked. This is very important stuff to have. Then we're going to click on our images folder and go to hide selected items, apply to this folder only. You'll see it'll gray out a bit. That's because FL or the computer isn't recognizing it now. So if we turn off hidden items, well, mine won't turn off, but you can see it's gone now. I don't know, it keeps reactivating, but if I activate it, you can see it's back. Okay, whatever. I don't know why it was bugging out. So yeah, that is how you hide that. So we'll do this one more time. So I'm just gonna copy this, and then I'm just gonna put this inside of our actual folder now. So why am I doing this? So why am I copying this and putting it inside of here? And let's just change the name. The reason why is because if you want to add an 808 folder, you want to add a, I don't know, I like all caps personally, a snare folder. If you want to add hi-hats, let's do kick. I typically don't do that, but and claps. Let's just do the basic sound effects. I don't know, maybe you got some loops in there, right? If you want to add pictures for these folders, you're going to need to have a image here as well. Okay, so we'll talk about how to, sort all this out, but I'll stop it here just so people can click through the video. Next, we'll talk about organizing this, and then we'll go ahead and actually apply the images. Now this is where everything is going to get very complex, because we're going to be bouncing from this folder to that folder and doing this and that. So I'm gonna try to make it very simple. So all we need to do now is make sure we have a picture for each photo here. Okay. So you can go in your images, right? We already put everything in place. You just need to make new images. Now, obviously you don't want the same color or same type of images. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back here, and I already loaded it up just so it's easy. We're just going to change the color, right? And there's plenty of ways you could do this. I'm gonna just do the easy way. And we're going to go to, we could do the image adjustments, and we're going to go to hue and saturation, and you could just kind of change it. Let's do like whatever, green. Okay, and then you just save this image. Okay, so you do the same process. You just export PNG and just save it. All right, that's simple. Now we're just gonna go ahead and drag our photo in here, as you can see. So now it's green. So if you want to, you can remove this one, and we can just have our subfolders as like a different thing. So all we're gonna do is just copy this. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Copy it 7 times. So we'll just keep copying it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now realistically you would put more time into this and you would like get different pictures, but for now we're just gonna leave it like this. So we'll name this 808 and then like clap, and I'll just do 3 just so you get the picture. And we'll do like snare, or I guess I could just fast forward it so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so now we have all of our photos. Now they're green. Everything is set up and ready to go. You really don't have to do anything much. You'll reference this later, but all of our folders are set up. So these images will apply to these folders, and then these images, or this image, will apply to this folder. Now, for the sake of simplicity, last step for just messing with folders, period, I am going to copy this, okay, and go into images and make this the same exact name. Okay, I know we renamed it like twice, but that was just for simplicity in the video. But we're going to name this the exact same name as this folder. Now, the reason we're doing that is because in the next step, it's going to make everything a lot easier, because you're not going to have to remember the name of things. You're just going to copy and paste. So everything is set up. I'll once again go through everything. So our picture in here looks like this. Remember, this is hidden. And then inside of our actual kit with our sounds, we have our loops, 808, kick. And then our image folder here, which is hidden, will have the exact same names applied to them. So once this is set up, we're good to go. I'm going to be showing you how to like put the code, the quote unquote code in, so that FL can actually read this. Now we're going to be editing our text file for like the quote unquote code. So let's go back here. And since we're in here now, all we're going to do is create a text file. So we're going to right click, new text document. We'll edit the names and everything later, but we just want to get the the insides right. So let's click here, and we're just going to paste this here. Now I might leave this in the description, or I'll just leave a file you can download or whatever, right? But basically this is what it'll look like. Okay, now all this up here you don't need to worry about. The icon index, this is just like the FL Studio icon. So like I'll just pop this up, stuff like this. You don't need, you could do this in FL. It's not a huge deal, but if you really want to, you can like look it up and you can like change it. I just leave it blank because it's just a waste of time. The color, just leave at FFF. These are just like these color. Basically this is what it is. I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but you see how this is FFF. It's like the color codes, right, for the computer to read. Okay, and then the height is just kind of, it'll change the height in FL Studio of like the banner. It doesn't do too much, so I just leave it at 5. So yeah, all that stuff out the way. Now sort group. Okay, now sort group is going to help you organize your kit. So let's click here. So let's say you go in here. For me at least, I like having my low end first. So if you want your 808 to show at the top of your kit, you're going to want this number to be higher. Right? So you're going to want it at like 8, 9, and it'll show up higher. So I'll show you what I mean. So if I go on Purgatory, you'll see my low end is first, right? That is on purpose, right? So you want the number there to be higher, and then whatever you want last, you put the lower number, or that could be switched around. I believe that's how it is. We'll see when we get in there, but let's close this and let's pull up our where's our text file at? There it is. Boom. Okay, so all we need to do here is click out, and we're going to copy this name, and just paste it in there. And remember earlier we just copied the same name, right? So all you need to do here is you're gonna want to copy the whole thing though, right? So you see how it says PNG, copy the whole thing and paste it in there and then save it. Now when you save it, luckily, or I guess we can just save it here and just do it out here, right? You're gonna rename it and just literally give it the same name as your folder. Okay, now the last thing you need to do, this is very important, is you see this text file, you're gonna change this, try to get it to NFO, and yes, change it, boom, and you can see it's gonna look like that. Now with these files, you're going to want to, again, hide them as well so it doesn't show up as like a file, and you're pretty much done. That's it. That's all you really need to do. And you're just going to repeat this process for the rest of them. So I'm going to copy this and then paste it in here a few times. Oops. I'm going to copy it a few times. We probably got too many. Okay. And then you're just going to do the same exact thing, but with every single folder. Obviously that's going to take a while. I'll fast forward through it. So you don't got to sit through all that, but basically you're just going to take your 808. Okay. And you could just type it in. It's not a big of a deal, but I'll just do one. So we'll do like 808 and then you'll go in here. Okay. And then you'll just put 808. We want this at the top, so higher number, and then the image name is 808.png, right? Make sure you put the .png. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of these, but yeah, and then we'll see the kit in FL Studio. Now we're in FL Studio, so we have our little kit here. So you can change the color if you want to. You can change it like that, right? If you want it to be yellow, whatever. And you can also change the icon. So if you want to do something like this, you can change all the icons, and you can see now it's working. We got our face of our kit, and then you open it and we have our like sub folder kit images. Now, of course, these are way too large. And if you want it to look like this, you absolutely can. Or if you want it to look smaller. So if you want this size, but you want to like cut off like right here, you'll have to edit that resolution that way. So that's why in the beginning, I told you your resolution does matter. So how do we fix this? Well, you could just go to your kit face. You can right click open and it'll take you to this folder. And then what we're going to do is go back to our like little photo editing software. And then once you're in your little area where your photo is, right, you're just going to drag that exact photo here. Okay, just drag it in here. It'll open up exactly like how you just saw. You're going to go to edit, or not, image size. And then it's going to be on pixels at first. But what you want to do is go to %. That way it takes the same resolution. You don't got to really do that much work. You can put it at 50%, or if you want the exact resolution I use, do it at 25%. Hit OK. And then all you need to do is just save. Control S, or just go up here to save, and it will automatically update your image. So when you go in FL Studio, all you gotta do is refresh, and you can see it's smaller now. Now it's a lot smaller. I'll show you how to get it like this in a minute. But I'll just go ahead and do the rest of these real quick. Just so it all looks clean. Now I went ahead and did the rest of them. So I did some troubleshooting, and for some reason, if you use Photoshop and you use the dimensions I gave you, it'll come out like this. But using this program here, for some reason, I don't know, it just exports weird. I don't understand why it does that, but I have a fix for it. To get it to look like this, so it's similar to the ones up top, okay? And I went ahead and did this one just to show you visually what it looks like. Basically, you would just go into your image folder here, right? And do the same process, but we're just gonna update it. So basically, you go back here, we'll exit this, and we'll just drag it in. And what we're gonna do is just reverse upscale. So, or not reverse, but we're gonna upscale it. So we're gonna go our image, and we're gonna do 150. 150 gives you like the same look as what I have. I'm gonna click it, and then you just save it. And then obviously I'm not gonna do every single one. And then let's go to FL. You'll see once I refresh, you'll see that this is the same, right? They're about the same now, right? So that is how you fix that, as far as like making it look the same size that I have it. But again, you could do whatever you want with your resolution, whatever you think looks best for you. But yeah, that's the kit. That's how you do it. Now real quick, I'm going to show you how to get it so that it's solo. So basically all you need to do is go to your folder where you have your kits regularly. So like this is regularly where I have my kits. You want to click not on the actual name, but you want to click on the actual picture, and you want to go to add folder tab, add to folder tab, and go to go to, or whatever tab you have, right? Like, so you can open a new tab. So it's its own kit now, right? So you can have your own kit. But once you do this, you can do this with other ones as well. So basically right click, add folder to this tab, and then you'll see that now it's within our tab here, as you can see. And this is actually cool font. I'll probably keep that font, but yeah, that is pretty much how you do it. There's a lot of troubleshooting and stuff that I wanted to show, so hopefully it wasn't too confusing, but yeah, that's how you make your kits. I will give you this kit so you can like just edit the photos and then you don't have to do all that extra stuff. But yeah, that's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.